11th. Welcome to the online tutorial sessions for economics. I am Avnash Lambert, your economics guru, and today we are going to start the new chapter, which is presentation, tabular presentation of data. Now students, you have collected your data, you have organized your data. Now it's time to show off. You have to show your data in a beautiful manner, in an impressive manner, in an attractive manner, so that you can impress your bosses, you can impress your teachers, you can impress your public. Or you have to give the presentation in your office or for the government. So that data must look good. That must be presentable. So the presentation of data can be done by three methods. First, it could be a tabular presentation, right? In the rows and columns, the columns and the rows, fine. Diagrammatic presentation, under which you can draw the diagrams like bar diagrams, pie diagrams. We can have the graphical presentation, under which you can draw the curves, the lines, the diagrams. The graphical, basically the graphical representation you can do in the presentation of data. Now, the fifth chapter is your tabular presentation. The diagrammatic presentation will be taught in the sixth chapter, and the graphical presentation will be taught in the seventh chapter. So basically these are very smaller chapters for you, chapter 5, chapter 6 and chapter 7. Fine. Now let's start the chapter with the meaning of tabulation. What is tabulation? Tabulation is the systematic presentation of numeric data in rows and columns. You draw the diagram, you draw the schedule. You draw the schedules in economics. So that are the columns and the rows are the vertical ones. Fine. Now, you have to systematically present your numeric data like this. Location, rural, urban and the number. This is the tabulation. This is called tabulation. Now, what are the objectives of tabulation? First, it is used to simplify complex data. Now, the population of Delhi, if we talk about the population of Delhi, then the rural population is this, urban area is this, female population in rural areas. So this is so precise, this is so good. It is simplifying this complex data. You have to be very good in making the tabulation so that your data can be simplified and does not look as a complex thing. Now the second thing is to facilitate comparison. It's so easier with the help of tabulation that you can easily do the comparisons like males, females, the rural population in of males, the rural population of females, the rural urban population of males, rural urban population of females and their total. This is so good. This is so easily you can compare, do the comparisons to economize space so that you can save your page. If you had written this data, then it would have taken lots of pages. But if you tabulate this stuff, it becomes so precise, so easily you can cover in your page and your page can be saved. Now students, let's come to the requisites of good table. Now, requisites of a good table. There are so many requisites which you have to keep in mind, but the core, the main requisites, the main requirements of a good table, first of all, it should have a title, it should have a heading which shows what you are trying to tabulate. It should look good, it should be attractive like this, it should be symmetrical, all the lines and stuff should be very attractive. It should have a simplicity, it should be simple, not complicated. This one you can easily see and you can easily understand what this tabulation is showing. Now, manageable size. It should not be of a very huge size, it should be a very normal size so that it could save your page also. And suit the purpose. Whatever I am trying to show, it should suit the purpose. Suppose I am showing the literacy rate in Delhi by gender, so it should suit the purpose. The population which I am showing, this shows the literacy rate in Delhi. So this is perfectly matching the purpose of this tabulation. The next one is comparison of data. Under the tabulation, a good tabulation always helps to compare the data like this. You can easily compare the data of male and females. Fine. So this is your requisites of a good table. Now take a nice look on this tabulation, there are so many things. Table 1.1. Literacy rate in Delhi by gender, location, percent, gender, location, rural, urban, total, male, female, and total. Source, I have taken this from Census of India 2011, and a note is there. Figures are rounded by two digits after decimal. After 2 digits, the decimals are there by only 2 digits. So this is your tabulation. Now the important part is the parts of table. What are the parts of a table? What are there so that you should include in the table? First of all, there must be a title number. So the title number is table 1.1. If I am making one more tabulation after that, that will be 1.2. Now the title. What is the title? Title shows the brief explanation of the contents of a table. It's a brief explanation. It is telling the literacy rate in Delhi by gender, location. This is perfect. This is precise, and this is perfectly explaining the contents of a table. Now, the title should be, a good title is short but complete in all aspects. A good title should show all the things but in a smaller, precise form. Next one is caption. Fine. Caption, it refers to the headings of vertical columns like this. Gender, location, total. These are your caption. Vertical columns. So these are your captions. Now, what are stubs? It refers to the headings of the horizontal. The horizontal rows. These are rows like male, female, total. This is your stubs and this is your captions. Understood? Now, body of a table. If I am talking about the body of a table, it means that it contains the numerical data. All the numerical data which you can see here, like 58.70, 80.8. So this is the body of a table. Now, unit of measurement. Suppose if it was a table of number of money, amount of money, then there must be written somewhere rupees, crore, rupees, lakhs. So that shows the unit of measurement. If I am talking about the wheat, rice, so kg must be the unit of measurement. So it's not mentioned here, but it is like that. You have to mention the units. In which unit you are comparing the data. Head note. Head note is this percent. This percent is telling us that all the data here is in the percentage form. But we don't have to write it because it's already mentioned in the head note. Right? The whole data is in the percentage form, but we don't have to mention it every time because it's already mentioned in the head note. Now, the source. From where you have taken this data, that is important. So I have to mention the source, and the source is Census of India 2011. So this is the government data which I have taken from, and I have to mention the data from where I have taken this data. Now the last one is footnote. Under the footnote, there is one note which you have to tell about anything you need to tell. Suppose I have used this footnote of figures are rounded to 2 digits after decimal. I am telling that after decimal I am taking only 2 places. Fine. So this is the footnote. Now that's all for the tabulation part. In the next video we are going to study more precisely about this chapter. This is a very small chapter and all these chapters are very small and very precise. So students, that's all for this video. Stay home, stay safe, and see you soon.